Look Jesus. We raised $14 million. Think of all the hungry people we can feed. Okay, but hear me out. What if we spent that money on 2 Super Bowl commercials? Watching the Super Bowl because you like football. Watching the Super Bowl to watch Sweet Victory played at halftime. Endless chatter about Taylor Swift. People who plan to enjoy the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, the rest of the world. Dad they doing over there. It's so cute what we do. We wear loggers of arrowheads and do a full arm chop while chanting. We call it the tomahawk chop. Super Bowl or something. I don't know. I'm European. What did you think of the Super Bowl? My football knowledge summed up in one picture. POV. You and your friend have been told to be quiet by the teacher. Brady. Refs. I can't quit you. Almost all of America. Some dudes throwing a ball for 3 hours. People in Philadelphia right now. Current objective. Survive. The Super Bowl halftime show basically. We did it. We time traveled. But to what year? Let me ask that guy over there. Hey. Who won the Super Bowl MVP? Tom Brady. I have no clue. Sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess. The Wicked Witch of the East, bro. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? Am I wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble. Ice and spice. Just how I like my margaritas. I'm Jason. People over 25 when Ludacris came out during the halftime show. Commercials during literally any other television broadcast. Commercials during the Super Bowl. Doing the whole Sweet Victory as a amazing tribute. Literally only a 10-second clip and more garbage pop music. Kick a field goal? You mean go for it on 4th down? The Super Bowl or something? I don't know. I'm not American. SpongeBob is watching. Ducking SpongeBob. Put me in there. Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps. I'm sorry, I'm not Tony Stark. My supervisor when I call the commander bro during the commander's call. Ravens Super Bowl dreams. Zay Flowers. Why would Kansas do this? CBS cutting to Taylor Swift. CBS cutting to drunk shirtless Jason Kelsey. You're making me look like a jackass in front of SpongeBob and Patrick. Bar SQ but with Bill Belichick and Nick Saban going around America fixing football programs at all levels. Basically the entire US after tonight. I don't care if San Francisco wins. I need Patrick Mahomes to lose. I've had it with the mother ducking Chiefs in the mother ducking Super Bowl. Day 1 of 365 dealing with obnoxious Chiefs fans. Do you know who I am? Taylor Swift's boyfriend. Ever heard of her? Josh Allen undefeated since commercial with Peppa Pig. Who will win the Super Bowl? Raider fans watching 49ers and Chiefs get painted on their end zones. My girlfriend will break up with me and write a song about us if you don't let me back on the ducking field. I like guys who take big risks. Me, engage 8. Are you going to sleep? Yes I am. Now shut up. Kickers don't have Sunday night intros. This is the ideal male body. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. Super Bowl appearances since 1996. Dallas Cowboys, 0. Taylor Swift, 1. Travis Kelce about to put up 400 yards and 5 touchdowns after seeing 21 Savage post these. Calm down, Patrick. I'm giving you guys another 3rd down. Let me cook. Every masterpiece has its cheap copy. National Football League fans watching Myles Garrett win the most undeserved Defensive Player of the Year of all time. Baker Mayfield out here with a Dipton in his pocket during practice. Buccaneers beating the Eagles by 30 this week. Oh my god, what a stupid rule. Losing possession after fumbling the ball out of the end zone. Don't fumble the ducking ball. Look at me, I'm America's team now. The Raiders watching their two least favorite teams play in their own stadium. Know the work rules. Appropriate. No Super Bowls since 1995. Or, you're sweet. Inappropriate. No Super Bowls since 1996. Hello, human resources? Last overall pick. Top dog. First overall pick. Underdog. What the National Football League keeps shoving down the fans' throats. What the fans want to see. I want you to kill the 49ers. Joe Flacco was named National Football League Comeback Player of the Year over Damar Hamlin, which only goes to show that, in pro football, returning to play after standing at the brink of death is less impressive than leading the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. Jordan Love owned the Bears and Cowboys this season, just to lose to the 49ers. It's like Aaron Rodgers never left. And since we had a 17-point halftime lead in the NFC Championship game, there was no need to go to the Super Bowl. Damn it, Max, the Chiefs won again. I know, it was clearly rigged, so that the deep state could use Taylor Swift too. Belichick and Russell Wilson, before leading the Falcons to the third place in the NFC South Division next season. Bill Belichick, Russell Wilson. If teams were named after the city they played in, which would sound the best? Sometimes I call them the Foxborough Patriots. That feels weird, but I'll allow it. Who America is rooting for in the AFC Championship game? Everyone's excited for the Super Bowl commercials, and apparently this year, a 30-second ad will cost $7 million. Nobody's spent that much money for 30 seconds since the Jets signed Aaron Rodgers. Map of who America is rooting for in the AFC and NFC championships. Von Miller tackled more pregnant chicks he danked than football players this season. You can't hear images. National Football League fans. Hey Llama, throw into triple coverage with the AFC Championship on the line. Nick Saban really tricked National Football League teams into thinking these guys were good quarterbacks. You need a backup quarterback. We didn't have one last year. Jets owner Woody Johnson on the Jets offense last season. Zach Wilson. What the duck? Who will you be cheering for in Super Bowl 58? Chiefs. 49ers. I'm rooting for Bane to show up. Cope and blame the refs again. Except the Chiefs are the class of the league, and that the Ravens blew it. Kadarius Toney when the Chiefs leave for Vegas without him. It's nice to have one weekend without football. Why don't the two teams who lost their conference championship play during the off week? If sports haven't made you look like this at some point, then you haven't watched sports long enough. My daddy is crying. Oh my ducking god. My son deserves better quarterback play. You set him up for failure today. This loss is not on OBJ. Josh Allen playoffs wins. 2020, farewell to Phillip Rivers. 2020, Lamar Jackson concussion in the third quarter. 2021, Mac Jones. 2022, Skylar Thompson. 2023, Mason Rudolph. Babe wake up, the new hardest punting picture of all time just dropped. Duck it, Lamar down there somewhere. Name that player. Their time on your favorite team. Their popularity. Dear Brett Favre, Taylor Swift has donated more money to good causes than you have stolen from good causes. The idea of Justin Fields. Justin Fields in reality. Packers Hall of Fame quarterbacks that will only win one Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre. Jordan Love. Why is it, when someone chokes in the playoffs, it is always you three? Not sure who needs to hear this, but 2015-17 Blake Bortles was better than 2021-23 Trevor Lawrence. Welcome to the North. We've got injured quarterback what ifs, Cinderella's, playoff dysfunction, Mitch Trubisky. It doesn't matter if you knew about the new overtime rules, because the scenario that happened in the Super Bowl would have been the same with the old overtime rules. If those 49ers fans could read, they'd be very upset. Invent a new sport. Spread it around the world. Be bad at it. Invent new sport. No one else wants to play it. You're world champions. Chiefs win the Super Bowl. In the Raiders' house, John Elway brings us the Lombardi trophy like a clock. People rooting for the Ravens in the AFC Championship. Ravens fans. Fans who don't want the Super Bowl ruined by Taylor Swift. Women. Why do men always want to hang out with the boys? Like we are not fun. Women. The boys. Ice Spice absolutely had money on the Niners. Argument for winning. Comeback player of the year. Damar Hamlin. Came back from dying. Joe Flacco. Came back from playing for the Jets. Worse than dying. San Francisco's curbside pickup was today. The Super Bowl America wants. It's okay baby, I got you. Wanted, man in Dallas, Texas who was recently charged of murdering 53 cowboys. Reminder, Justin Tucker has never made a field goal in an AFC Championship game. Purdy having more playoff wins than Dak and Jalen Hurts in only 1.5 seasons of playing. It smelled like Butch in here. The Super Bowl halftime show we deserve. 28 teams live in you. Stop them. Old players would never make it in this league. Old National Football League. The year is 2055. Tom Brady announces via Metaverse he will sign a 1-year 35 Bitcoin deal with the Louisiana Raiders. The new Labatt Blue spokesperson is awesome. My wife thinking we have more time, since football season is over. Draft season baby. Tony Romo, yep, looks like he twisted his ankle. The player. Elephants are born weighing 250 pounds. They are the biggest babies on earth except for the people mad at Taylor Swift for being excited at a football game. Matt Patricia told reporters that he was sad about how the season ended, but was looking forward to an epic vacation this spring. Google Matt Patricia spring break to learn more. Historic collapse. 8-3. 10-1. Romo, I hate football Jim, always have. I wanted to be a dancer, but my father forbid it, and my mother just watched silently as he crushed my dreams. Oh, I would have been the most graceful dancer you've ever seen Jim. Nance, Mahomes doing a little dancing of his own in the pocket. National Football League fans literally can't do another week of the Brittany or Taylor Toxic Wonder Twins duo. But then, a hero emerges. Room for one more disappointment. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. Show me on the doll where Taylor Swift hurt you. Taylor Swift breaks up with Travis Kelce mid-game. Says Nick doesn't even have 10 yards. The Chargers practice under Jim Harbaugh be like. Explains Super Bowl nerves. Has never been to a Super Bowl. Welcome to the East. We've got playoff chokers who can't move on from the 90s. The legendary Super Bowl rivals that now compete for draft position. Shut talkers in the early season. Shut eaters in the late season. God's funniest punchlines. The 49ers defense during the overtime. Pete Carroll and Bill Belichick on TV next year. David Tepper really watched the Bucs offense being last in rushing, 17th in passing, 23rd in yards, and said to himself we need that in Carolina. Cowboys saying they are America's team, when they ain't even Texas team. Me using my time machine. to tell Jets fans back in August that Mecole Hardman would catch the Super Bowl winning touchdown. Mahomes vs Allen is the next Brady vs Manning. Josh Allen vs Pat Mahomes. The Detroit Lions have more NFC Championship appearances this century than the Cowboys. Ticket prices for Super Bowl 58 are insane. Cheapest, $8.3 thousand. Priciest, $2 million. It's 2017, and I'm watching Kyle Shanahan choke a lead in the Super Bowl. It's 2020, and I'm watching Kyle Shanahan choke a lead in the Super Bowl. It's 2024, and I'm watching Kyle Shanahan choke a lead in the Super Bowl. The greatest defense in National Football League history. Wait, Rodgers was the problem? Always has been. This year minority coordinator interviewed by National Football League teams with coaching vacancies so they can check the Rooney Rule box before hiring who daduck they want.